Welcome to another week of dysfunction. Here's Jackie and Matt.
Oh my God, I have the greatest dream to share with you. Don't let me forget.
Okay.
I went like, almost 2 whole weeks, like nightmare free. And then I woke up from the craziest nightmare yesterday morning. And then I started telling the story of my nightmare to Dad and Steph, who was over at the time. And I was like, wait a minute. This is not a nightmare at all. It's actually just a really funny dream. I wonder why I thought it was a nightmare in my brain.
Lately, actually, I haven't been having nightmares. I've been having dreams, but I feel like they're too real to be dreams. And since I'm on a lot of medications,
medications will do that, yeah.
Yeah, like I feel my body going in and out of myself. It's so weird to explain. Last night I took a muscle relaxer. My mouth was hurting so bad. I put Oro gel on there. I put numbing stuff on my cheek. Like, I did everything.
Oh, you know what works, by the way?
Hurts. What?
Oh.
Please tell me.
Do you have like a Sprouts or a Whole Foods or something near you?
Yeah.
There's something called clove oil.
Okay, I keep seeing this online.
What is the only thing that works. It's like, have you ever had like Big Red gum? It's terrible. It tastes like hot cinnamon. Okay. It really is the only thing that worked. And like, this coming from me, I had all my teeth removed like 2.5 years ago. And all like replaced with like crowns and veneers and shit. I don't know what it is. It works, and it's kind of expensive. It's like you're paying $10 for a bottle of this stuff, but it'll last you your lifetime. But like one drop anywhere in your mouth, and it's seriously the only thing that works. You know what else works is Coca-Cola.
Okay, so sweets actually hurt my wisdom tooth more, and it fucking hurts so bad.
No, but have you tried Coca-Cola specifically?
So yeah, because I'm on a Coca-Cola and asparagus diet to prevent.
That's right, you told me that. Okay,
yeah, to prevent my kidney stones from growing.
Right.
Or developing. I don't know how they work. But no, this hurts. I was like in so much pain last night. I was crying.
Clove oil.
But like all these medications added up. I smoked. I was on muscle relaxers. I took 3 ibuprofens. And my body was just like not wanting to stay in my physical body. It was so weird.
That is weird.
It was very uncomfortable.
Wow. That sounds terrible. Yeah, I remember just like the only thing working I remember going through tubes of Oragel, like at a time. But in like a couple days you'd go through a tube. They just go quick. But then they have the not the gel or the thing, but they have like a liquid one. It's like orange kind of. Like a coppery orange?
Gracie got me this brush on stick.
Oh, I've never seen that.
It helped a little bit numb the area, but the pain is like right under my jaw.
It's not in
then my muscle keeps contracting and it hurts more.
Clove oil, get right through that.
Yeah.
This stuff, it's like, it makes your mouth hot, which is kind of weird.
Oh.
Yeah. Have you ever smoked clove cigarettes? They're not cigarettes. They were like cigars, kind of.
No.
They like pop and snap and like make funny noises. It's like a fireworks show.
Well, I know what cloves are, like, because I've cooked with them before, but.
Oh yeah. Okay. There you go. So you should know what it's gonna taste and smell like.
Yeah.
Well, the oil could be different, I suppose. Oh, well, let me tell you about my dream, my nightmare. By the way,
tell me about your nightmare.
So we were back at the house, that we lived in like a year ago. And it was me and my dad and Steph and my mom, right? And we were sitting there waiting for drugs to show up. We had called a drug dealer, and drug dealer was bringing like unspecified amount of unspecified drug to this house, right? Which, first of all, this would never happen. So that should have been clue right there, number 1. And then every time some dude would drop off like a package, like at the end of the cul-de-sac we lived in, and would call me and be like, hey, I left your drugs at the end of the cul-de-sac. And I'd be like, great, I'm going to go get them. And before I could get to them, my younger brother, Tim, would be on a pirate ship with a band of marauding pirates traveling through this neighborhood on like a giant pirate ship that traveled on land. And they would swoop in and intercept this drug package and then like take off before I could get to them. So then I'd have to call the drug dealer back and tell him, hey, sorry, the pirates got my package again. Can you drop off another one? And so he'd drop off another one. And then Tim and his roving band of pirates would come back again on their boat and swoop in and steal it.
That's a weird dream. Actually, I've been hearing, and this is a trend going on right now in like the social media world, is, well, specifically on like in the witch spiritual realm or part of influencers or whatever. And what they started doing is when you recognize you're in a dream and you know that you're dreaming. And you start lucid dreaming.
Right.
You start to ask the people around you, are you an actor or are you a person?
Really?
Yes. And I've heard some crazy stories of like some people can cross each other's dreams. Like, have you ever had a dream about someone and then they had the same dream?
Yes, I have.
I've been doing that lately with one of my friends, and I've been having dreams about him, and he's been having dreams about me.
Yes.
And we're like interacting. No, but like we're interacting in this dream. But then I've heard people say, if you ask some of them and they recognize that you are lucid, and you ask them if they're an actor and they won't answer you, like they started talking in their own little language and they start like, I don't know, it's creepy, it's crazy.
Fuck?
Yeah, like they won't tell you whether they're an actor or not. They'll just ignore you kind of, but they'll recognize that you're there.
Wow.
Yeah.
They're an actor, not a famous actor. You mean like an actor in the dream?
Yeah.
Dude, well, that goes back to the like whole thing when I was telling you like your brain can't make, apparently I was reading that your brain can't make up faces. So all it does is like it uses faces it's seen before. But also, have you looked into like beta state at all or alpha state?
Yeah, I took psychology throughout high school and college.
He likes to talk about this class or course I guess he went to. It was like over like a week or two, where I think by the end of it, you would be like with a partner and you would like close your eyes and just imagine something from your childhood, like a place or a room or an item. Mm-hmm. And then your partner would have to then just draw whatever you were like concentrating on for like, the course of a few minutes. They would then have like a couple minutes to draw what you were thinking of. And just the amount of people that got it spot on was kind of shocking.
Well, that goes with the theory of like collective thought, or consciousness, where like you give off a vibration of what you're doing and thinking, and other people can pick up on it. So that could either be positive or negative, right? Like someone else is having a bad day, they're giving off that negative vibe or energy, and then you pick it up because you're around them, and it passes on and passes on.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's crazy. And another theory I heard actually yesterday was this guy came up on my TikTok or whatever, and he was talking about what death is like. Mm-hmm. And he said that it was like
a DMT chip.
No. Well, it is technically. Yeah. Chemically it is.
Right.
But you continue your death over and over again just to be reincarnated until yourself realizes that it's a spirit. And once it recognizes that it's a spirit, you go on to believe that you're a spirit, and then you start changing it, and all you're doing is putting yourself in a simulation over and over again to grow and like that, which goes along with it goes along with what we believe anyways, like that technically we're in a simulation that we've created of our own life and all that kind of stuff.
We're going to live the same one over and over until?
No, not the same one, but we keep continuing our spirit into the simulation. Like
I see.
That simulation theory that what's the guy that owns Tesla? What's that guy's name? Do you know who owns Tesla?
Elon Musk.
Elon Musk. So he believes we're in a simulation, and there's a lot of studies coming out saying that we're in a simulation.
Well, he's a supervillain.
You think so?
I do.
I don't think so.
He wants to nuke Mars to create an atmosphere.
I would. If you're going by the idea that we're in a simulation and we already created this world and Mars is part of our creation.
Oh, yeah, then why not?
Then why not?
No, just nuking something for a good cause seems a little just something out of a comic book.
Yeah, it does seem like it's from a comic book, but we created those ideals already, meaning it must have happened or it's going to happen.
Right.
So every story that we create, every book, every fan fiction or anything like that, we're creating them because it already happened or it's going to happen, and those thoughts have been transferred into our brain somehow. Probably
what deja vu is. Somewhat. Maybe one example of deja vu. I don't know.
Yes, yeah.
I keep bringing deja vu up. It's just fascinating to me. Hey, everybody. Thanks for listening this far, and I didn't think you'd make it. We appreciate it very much. Just if you could do us a favor and go find us anywhere and follow us, rate, subscribe.
We'll be under the tree meditating.
Yes.
Go find us.
I will have a rainbow coming out of my head.
I was hoping you would say ass.
I will have a rainbow coming out of my ass.
Like a unicorn.
Yeah, wait, what? We're at Twitter, Magic for Humans, TikTok, Spotify, YouTube. The link is through the website on that one, which is magicforhumans.com as well. Oh, we have a second Instagram, which is Magic for Humans, the number 4, and then with an S. Like, comment on all our pictures, videos, and download, and give us stars on the iTunes, please. The iTunes. Yes, especially the iTunes. But anywhere you get your podcasts or podcarts, rate, subscribe, and comment, please. We will read the positive comments on air.
Ooh, that's nice.
We'll read the negative ones too, because it'll be fun. Don't leave negative ones though.
If anyone leaves us a 1-star rating, I will go and murder you in your sleep, in your dreams, and then you'll wake up and be murdered again every time you go to bed.
You'll be living the same day over and over. It's like,
but you're not sure if you're awake or asleep.
It's deja vu. And please feel free to go to the website and send in any art. Music is great. Drawings are great.
And
jokes are great.
That you find that inspire you from our podcast, we will gladly look at it, post it, or even promote you as well. So thank you very much for any artwork that's sent in.
Yes, thank you very much. Go to the website, check out our gallery there where we're going to have, featured artists and featured selected art. Also on the website, we do have Venmo and PayPal if you want to support us to get this, project off the ground.
Way. Yes.
It really does. Our editor isn't cheap and I talk a lot. Help. Back to the show.
Well, also Elon Musk, and it goes with the theory that he might be an evil scientist. He has created a chip that goes into your brain that will help people from having seizures and other things, but then you could download information onto that chip.
Human body 2.0.
Yes, exactly. Grace and I said that we were going to do it anyways. Like, if it comes out to the public, why wouldn't we? You will no longer be able to communicate with someone that doesn't have a chip, but you get to be a part of this society that is exclusive in a way. Imagine how cool that would be.
Hoity-toity.
Would you get a chip? Have you seen the chip?
I have not seen them. I would need, just based on what you've said so far. So if I get this chip and none of my friends do, I wouldn't be able to talk to them anymore?
Yeah, technically your frequency and your intelligence would be too high to talk to someone that doesn't have a chip.
Okay, now would this be a financial barrier or would it be some sort of just would you, won't you thing?
So it's called Neuralink. It's a brain chip that reviews human... Oh, it's a human trial. The whole agenda is to speculative, a live demonstration of a neuron firing activity is confirmed. Okay, no, that made no sense.
So, is it... All right, if the only thing keeping my friends from getting this too was a financial barrier,
it will be a financial barrier eventually because this chip will be expensive when it first comes out, obviously.
Right. Is there like any other prerequisites like
I don't know.
Something along the lines of like I know it's going to enhance intelligence, but would you need to meet a certain intelligence requirement to be able to get one, or would you need to, let's say, not have 5 kids out without like any financial stability? Because to get away from those people, I would happily get this chip.
That just
it's a joke. No, it doesn't. Yeah. They're two separate things.
Okay, but that comment is problemsome in so many ways.
No, I know. That's why I said it, because it's hilarious.
It's not hilarious.
It's to make it differ.
I understand you think
I would
it's
still
hilarious,
get one.
But it's not.
Why?
Because some people don't have a choice, or they don't have access to birth control, or their religion doesn't let them have access to birth control. There's so many reasons why people have many children. And it used to be the more children you had, the better off you were to live. Like, people would have children to work on the farm and stuff like that. And now that time is going by and our economy is getting better. But some people have learned and is instilled in them that they shouldn't be using birth control.
Well, that sucks.
And sometimes with poverty, some people don't have access to healthcare, or that whole comment is not okay to say.
Don't fuck.
That's what I'm trying to say.
If you can't do those things, don't fuck. I don't like this anymore.
Okay, I know you don't like this, but you have to understand that some of your jokes are not fair.
What do you mean? I want to talk this one out, because this I will stand by. Listen, if you can't afford birth control, don't fuck. It's not rocket science.
Oh yeah, let's just tell a bunch of people who are naturally, like, you have natural urges to have sex with others.
I don't. Why does everybody else?
Because something's wrong with you.
No, I think something's wrong with everybody else.
Or maybe you're just asexual, which is a sexual preference, which is fine.
It's not, though, because I really do like women.
You could still like women and not have the sexual urges.
Oh.
There's a whole spectrum. Like,
there you go.
Your sexuality is a whole spectrum, but you telling someone else that because they don't have access to something, whether it be they don't have a proper job or poverty or whatever, and telling them, hey, you don't deserve to have sex because of this reason, that's not okay. No, that's not okay. That is not okay.
I disagree.
I know you disagree because that's the way you see it, but...
No, it's not the way I see it. I see your side of it, too. I still think that shouldn't stand in the way of a joke. If you just laughed and moved on, it would just be a dumb joke Matt made. You know what I mean?
But the reason... Well, I thought your joke was funny.
Oh, see, that's all that matters.
But, no, that's not what it matters. But the fact that you believe that is the problem.
No, it's not that I believe it. That was the point of the joke.
No.
I mean, don't get me wrong. It aligns with my own personal values.
That's the problem. That doesn't align with my... Yes, that is.
Why? I believe that.
Okay, so you believe that a 16-year-old girl who her parents won't allow her to get birth control because maybe they cannot afford birth control, but she is having sex with her boyfriend and she accidentally gets pregnant, but she shouldn't have sex just because she can't afford it?
I think if they can't afford a condom, then they should probably hold off, yeah. I think that would be the wise financial decision.
Okay, but sometimes the condom doesn't work. The condom isn't 100%.
That's true. Neither is birth control, though. But...
No, but that would at least give her another barrier other than just a condom.
I know, but do you think a 16-year-old who just wanted to have some fun with her boyfriend is going to have 5 kids?
Yeah, sometimes it happens. Sometimes, a lot of the times when someone has children or gets pregnant young, they tend to have multiple children after that.
Oh, yeah, I've heard of that.
Like, my mom, she got pregnant 15, 16 with me, right?
Sure.
She has 6 daughters now.
Yeah, that makes sense. Right? And 2 of them were more recent.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. So...
Do you think she's financially well off right now?
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know her situation anymore.
Good.
But at the time when I was around, no, they didn't have money.
Yeah, I know.
I don't think it's fair to tell someone that already has the natural urges to have sex, you can't have sex because you can't afford it.
Oh,
instead,
I do think that's fair.
No, instead we should fix the system so that we could provide birth control for both men and women.
I would rather that happen, but yeah.
But you shouldn't tell someone, no, you shouldn't have sex.
Why not?
Why is it fair? Oh my God, Matt.
It's not fair. I wouldn't tell that to anyone like with a straight face. That's not.
But you believe it. The fact that you believe it.
I don't stop. No. It's different.
Would you provide the resources for?
I would.
Like, if you had the place and you had the influence to provide the resources for free contraception for kids, women, and males that can't afford it, would you do it?
Of course, in a heartbeat.
Okay.
That would be item number 1 on my agenda.
Okay. That makes me feel better.
Good.
But I don't think you have a right to tell someone you can't have sex.
I don't have a right to tell anybody what they should or should do anyway. Like, that's not my place. I don't know. I feel like I'm getting a little censored lately, and that's aggravating.
Well, you only get censored because you don't explain yourself clearly.
That is true. I agree with that. And then you
get us kicked off TikTok. So.
Hey, but that duo went pretty good. The duet.
Yeah, that was cool. I didn't know you were actually going to duet it. I just thought it was really funny. And I was like,
no idea what it is.
This makes so sense.
Dude, that was a great video, actually. You brightened my fucking day, so thank you for that. I was like, oh, God, what is this? When it started, it's like, you've done a lot of dumb shit. I'm like, oh, no. Is this my TikTok intervention?
It's mostly when you talk.
Yeah, no shit.
I feel like when you talk, you don't think of, like, I don't think of consequences when I talk either. But no. I at least see the other side, and I make sure I'm not going to say something that is very controversial. Like, yeah, maybe the right side of politics, or is it the right side? The conservative side of politics won't agree with me on a lot of my ideas, and that's fine with me. That's
what I'm saying. That's what. I'm sorry. I'll let you finish your idea first.
I already forgot it because you interrupted me.
Okay, the right side may not agree with your ideas, and that's okay with you.
Yeah, that's okay with me. But if the majority of what I'm saying offends someone because I'm not thinking of them, or I'm saying something that doesn't even align with my own beliefs, that makes me like angry.
Okay.
Because sometimes you make jokes that don't align with your beliefs, but you think it's funny because it's...
Yes.
Yeah, that's not okay.
No, well, I mean, it really depends on how you look at it. So you have to understand that anything I say in earnest, I will have both sides weighed, not for who it may and may not offend. That when I'm speaking in earnest, I will take into consideration. When I'm making a joke, I still understand both sides of the point. I just don't care if it offends. All right, I take that back. When I grew up, those are things that would not offend people, and I guess I just don't hang out with enough 20-year-olds to know what is and isn't offensive today.
Yeah,
because
I understand that.
That would not shake anybody who is in their 30s. You know what I mean?
That's the thing. We're in a totally different, I want to say tax bracket, and it's not a tax bracket.
Bracket?
Yeah, but we're in a different, age bracket where saying those negative things or putting someone else down is hilarious, or putting yourself down is hilarious. Nowadays, in my age gap, which I'm between Gen Z and millennials, which fucking sucks because I don't even resonate with either one.
Well, I'm at the tail head of millennials. I'm really not a millennial either. I am,
but I understand that those types of jokes are no longer okay. That's why you keep getting censored, and that's why I keep saying something, because that is not okay.
I got you.
It might be hilarious in a way, I might see how it could be funny, but then I also understand how that could be offensive to someone else.
I understand that. I appreciate it. And like I said, I did ask you to point those out because I do want to know and why, and I get this one. Yeah, that's it. That's all I got. But for the record, I stand by it. I understand, both sides of it. And yes, of course, I would rather give free birth control than just tell people no. Like, I wouldn't ever tell anybody, like, don't have sex. It's not my place to say. It's not my body. I can't do anything about it. So, yeah, it's not my right. You do whatever makes you happy. Right?
Yes.
Exactly.
Well, to an extent.
No, as long as you're not hurting anybody.
Well, that's the thing. Like, when you're doing something that... Well, yeah. Like, actually, I've been dealing with that lately. One of my friends is dealing with someone that is doing whatever makes her happy right now. And she's in a bad place. And that aggravates me so much because I understand that place. I was in a bad place once. Like, I've done something.
Slightly more detail or no?
Yeah. So, like, this specifically has to do with, like, relationships.
Okay.
And me, when I was in my bad place, it lasted about a year. And don't get mad at me because I know you will.
No.
I was so into, like, what made me happy at that time because I was just fed up with the world. I was fed up with everyone.
Sure.
And I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to go to Florida. And I went to Florida. I got a job there. I went specifically to go find my ex from high school to pay him back by cheating on him because I was told that he cheated on me in high school. Then I got in a relationship with a guy while I was with my ex at the time. And I was cheating on both of these people just to get back at one of them. And I really fell for the guy I was cheating on him with. But I fucked up both of those relationships. And yeah. Just because I wanted to. Because no. I felt happy doing it, so I did it.
I honestly can't blame you on that one. I've done dumber shit, and I can see why you would do that.
Yeah, you could see why I would, but that's not okay.
No, it's not okay.
Me doing what I want just because I want to and I like it and it makes me happy is hurting other people.
Oh, you definitely fucked one of them up.
Oh, I fucked them both up.
Okay.
They both went crazy.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. Probably like me. You're like, So wait a minute. So you ended up falling for this one. You were the new one, right?
Yeah, the new guy. And I fucked up that relationship. He was a good guy. He did not deserve it. But I made him feel crazy. Because I definitely manipulated him and definitely made him feel crazy.
Did he know, like, going into it or at any point that what he was in this?
No.
Did he catch you? Like, not catch, but did he find out that you were?
Yeah.
Okay.
He found out. And he was still willing to forgive me.
Wow, what a guy.
Yeah, he wasn't the best guy, but he wasn't the best guy. I only say he wasn't because the way he reacted was very abusive. Oh. But the fact that he was still willing to be with me after that, I felt really bad doing that to him, but I was in a bad place, so I didn't care at the time.
Wow.
And
it's
I wish
funny.
I could tell him sorry, but I know I'm blocked everywhere.
Oh.
Because he did deserve better, and I shouldn't have done that to him.
It's wild to think that this was, like, legitimately 5-6 years ago, and just how much you could have potentially, like, how much you have grown in, like, a very short period of time. Like, you've aged from, like, 17 to, like, 40 in, like, 3 years.
This is like 4 years ago.
Exactly. Isn't that crazy?
That is crazy.
And not only that, I said, he sounds like a good dude. And you said, well, he wasn't the best. And I was going to say, yeah, I know. It was in Florida.
Okay, I agree with that comment.
Thank you.
Right now. But anyways, I'm like, what? I was going somewhere with this.
Sorry, I know where you were going. It was that, it was about your other friend who has a friend who is doing damage like this to herself, and how that's not okay to do whatever you want as long as it makes you happy.
Yeah, it's not okay. Just because this friend is hurting her own best friend for doing this. Good. And she doesn't recognize it because right now she's in her head and she's just focusing. She's in fight or flight mode right now.
Survival.
Like, yeah, and that's where this is stemming from.
Mm-hmm.
It's because you're in a survival mental state and you just want to be happy for as little time as you can, and you're trying to suck up all the happiness. And then I'm watching one of my close friends get hurt from this, and it's really frustrating. I just want to beat the shit out of this girl.
Oh, shit. Aggressive Jackie's out. She's ready. She's hungry. I can see it in her eyes.
You have no idea.
Oh, that sucks. I'm sorry for you, bud. Is there anything I can do?
Not really. There's nothing either of us could do, really, but...
Sit back and watch the fireworks, and then...
I'm starting to get aggressive towards this girl. I just want to beat the shit out of her.
Do you know her? The other one? This one you're talking about? Like, is she a friend of yours? This one that's doing the damage?
No.
Okay. But you know her friend?
I know her friend.
Okay.
And the one doing the damage, I don't know her personally, but I understand her mental state, and I understand where she's coming from. I completely understand that she has a right to do this in her own way. But it's hurting my best friend. And that is not okay with me. I want to rip her head off like a praying mantis. Like,
whoa! Nice. I think praying mantises usually mate with stuff before they rip their heads off. So
I don't want to mate with her.
Okay.
I don't want to mate with her. Okay. She's not my type. But like, it just, I'm getting so frustrated with this person. It's like building up in my head. I'm just like, I can't wait to meet her. Just like put her down, and that's also not okay. I shouldn't be doing that to other women.
You want me to mail her like 8,000 pictures of a cat?
Why?
Just to confuse her.
Here, I got you.
You can pick which cat. Every day. For the next 8,000 days, she'll get a picture of a cat.
Maybe that'd make her feel better.
Subscribe her to Cat Facts. Hourly facts about cats.
So,
dude,
have you ever done anything like that? Like, in a relationship, have you ever been the bad guy?
The bad guy? Yes, definitely.
How?
I have never... I would say, looking back now, knowing what I know now, and yes, I do include specifically these last 13 weeks, I would say I was probably emotionally negligent at my worst.
Explain.
I just am starting to realize that maybe unintentionally, but was probably just emotionally not there for people that I should have probably known about or been able to communicate ahead of time. Just like lack of ability to, set and manage expectations is a good example. Ability to voice when I was upset or frustrated. And would instead just like silently and passive aggressively, get my, not anger, but.
So do you think that added to how your ex-girlfriends have reacted to you?
I think that would be a safe assessment. Yeah.
Do you think that you might be ready for a healthier relationship now?
No. Nope. I'm getting there though.
What do you think needs to change from what you know now?
I still need to age a little bit more. I still think that if I were to, even by my broad definition of catch someone cheating, I still think I would probably shatter my wrist again and go into a deep, dark silence for the better part of a year. So I don't think I'm ready for, that rare, albeit, chance to happen. So
what's cheating for you? What's your definition of cheating?
I would say any God, what's the nicest way to word this? It would be unpreauthorized, I guess, contact that includes, I don't know, like at least
okay, let me ask
open mouth kissing.
Okay, so physical affection,
yes.
Hugging, is that cheating?
No.
Kissing, cheating?
Open mouth?
What's the difference? What's open mouth kissing?
Peck.
Is that making out?
Yes.
Okay, so making out is cheating. What about kissing? Lip to lip kissing.
If peck?
Yeah.
We need like a stopwatch. I would say a peck no is fun.
Okay. Cheek to cheek kiss.
Well, hold on. It depends. If the peck, it would depend on the intent, I guess. You know what? Even the hug, it's all depending on the intent.
So, but that doesn't make sense. Okay. So a hug could be cheating depending on what the intent is.
If it was to maliciously hurt me because she knew it was going to hurt me.
Okay, that's a whole bag of worms. If someone was hugging someone else just to maliciously hurt you, don't be in that relationship.
Yeah, I'm aware. That's called a bad
toxic.
Picker. Bad picker. Yeah.
No, that's just toxic.
Yeah. Well, maybe if I would have communicated better, she wouldn't have had to hug that guy.
No. There's no reason for someone to go out of their way to hug someone just to bother you. That's malicious and that's toxic and not okay. Women don't do that usually. That's a teenage children thing.
Okay. Well, that's never happened to me, to be honest.
Having an emotional relationship with someone, is that cheating?
In my eyes, I don't care who she's friends with. Like, at all.
But what if this
and I don't care how close her guy friends are. I really don't.
Okay, so what if this friend knows things that you don't know because they have more of a stronger emotional relationship than you and her do?
If she's known them longer, I would understand that. Not longer, but like, all right, so if I've known her not super long, like if we're dating for, I don't know, I guess under 2 or 3 years, and she's known this guy for 10 years, I would expect him to know more than I know.
I understand that, but like, so something happened in my day-to-day, right? Mm-hmm. Something bad happened. I didn't tell you about it, but I told my best friend about it because I feel more comfortable with him and I've been dating you for 3 years. Is that cheating?
That's not cheating, but it's something that I would like to address. Okay. Yeah, unless it was, again, done maliciously to hurt my feelings.
Okay. What about
I'm sorry, it's very confusing.
Flirting, is that cheating?
No, unless it was done maliciously.
So everything with an intent will bother you, but if it doesn't have if it's just like harmless flirting, it's not cheating.
No, okay. Go do whatever you want.
Liking a Facebook or an Instagram photo that's sexual, is that cheating?
No.
Watching porn, is that cheating?
Definitely not.
Okay. Interesting. You have a weird way of...
I am aware.
Because my definition of cheating is just like, you didn't tell me, you didn't communicate to me that there was something there. That's cheating to me.
Is porn cheating to you?
No.
Okay.
But Grayson's going to hate me if he ever hears this.
Probably won't.
He probably won't because he doesn't like listening to my podcast because, I don't know, he just doesn't like to.
He doesn't like the sound of your voice either.
No, he gets uncomfortable.
Oh, that's weird.
But he says we're really funny, so.
Thank you.
But one day, I woke up in the middle of the night and he was masturbating next to me.
Uh-huh.
That pissed me off. I was just like, I'm right here. You could have woken me up. I would have enjoyed it. Like, why are you doing this? That made me feel very uncomfortable and, like, neglected. Like, he didn't want me. And that was one of our rules after that. Hey, if you want to masturbate, that's fine. But if I'm next to you and you have the opportunity, don't do that.
You know what?
Like, that makes me uncomfortable.
I had somebody else tell me this exact same thing, like, this week.
Ew. But it's just like, he had a problem
I understand
with
that.
masturbating when we first met. Like, he would do it 2 or 3 times a day. And it made it so that us having
wild.
sex, yeah, it was weird. Us having sex, he couldn't feel it as much. And then he finally went on a no touching hiatus and he's better now.
Wow.
But we went through that in the beginning of our relationship for like a couple months.
I like this conversation. So that actually is very interesting. So you would prefer him wake you up and like, or just hold it off till the morning?
No, he can wake me up whenever he wants.
Holy fuck. Okay. See, if you could find me a girl that signs off on that, sign me up. No, I'm kidding. That's just so rare. It's admirable.
Really?
Kind of.
Do other girls say wait until the morning?
I think most other girls would say, don't fucking bother me while I'm sleeping.
No. The only times that I've told him no was I'm not feeling well or I was triggered by something and it like reminded me of my past and I'm
Right.
not comfortable.
Right.
But he understands that completely, and it takes me a couple hours until it passes. And then if he wants to, yeah, I'm down.
Wow, that's crazy. I admire it. I admire your dedication.
Well, I love him.
I know.
I enjoy having sex with him. He's great.
That sounds fucking healthy.
Was it not healthy for you in your past relationships?
No, never. Why would it be? Wait a minute.
Okay.
I've got a couple more questions about your definitions.
Okay.
I don't know how much I should say, but it's okay. We have editing power. As far as the open thing goes, is he allowed to go use that pass? Like, is he?
You meant
is it
because
fully
we're-
open, or is it just your side that's open?
No, we're fully open.
Okay.
Our requirements are, if he does meet a girl, I would like to meet them eventually when they're comfortable. I like to know everything because and this is my own kink, I like to watch from a third party. Like, I would love to watch him with another girl. Hasn't happened
Would you really?
yet. Yeah, I love that. Like, I really do. It hasn't happened yet, but hopefully it will one day. But if he has to be honest with me, if he's going on a date, I have to know. If they have sex, I sometimes I want to know, sometimes I don't. I'll be like, sometimes I'm just bored because maybe she's not interesting to me after I meet them. But
Would you want to know though, like just for the purpose of like, you know, testing and staying, I don't know, cleaner? If that's a weird question,
no.
sorry.
They have to be tested before they do anything. Like if they're gonna interact sexually, I need to make sure that she's been tested, because if I get anything, that could put my health in danger, especially with everything I've gone through.
That's what I was
So
wondering.
he gets tested before, and they will both get tested before they do anything. He hasn't gotten that far with a girl since the beginning of our marriage.
Wow.
But he prefers things that I am not comfortable doing all the time.
Oh,
So
I
that's
see.
fine.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
That's why he'll go with another person. But since we've had Artemis, we haven't, like, we had Artemis, I got sick, and then COVID. So we haven't had time to go outside of her home since Artemis has been born. But hopefully once COVID is over, we'll have more space to explore further.
Now, obviously his parents know that you're into women. Do his parents know that it's an open relationship?
His mom does.
Okay.
Yeah, his mom
I know
does.
your parents definitely, or your dad. And so,
Oh, no. My dad doesn't know I'm bisexual. My dad doesn't know we're in an open marriage.
Does
My
he know
dad
you
doesn't
smoke
know.
pot?
No, are you kidding? My dad, he thought I smoked one time and he freaked out on me. My dad doesn't know anything. Like,
Okay.
absolutely nothing.
That's crazy.
I'm his little girl that I've always been since we were a kid. I still call him daddy. Like, no.
Wow. That's
He doesn't even acknowledge that I have sex. Like, the first time he acknowledged it was when I had Artemis, and he like freaked out. But then he got happy that he was going to have a kid, and he was hoping that I would have a boy so that he can use the little boy to be his, you know?
Oh boy.
But
I just said oh boy.
Yeah, like now he has Grayson, so he treats Grayson like his son, and it's an interesting relationship.
They work together,
have.
right?
Yeah, they work together.
That's awesome though. Unless they, end up getting like at each other's throats, but that sounds pretty cool. I know he'll like show up at your house on, some days, right?
Oh yeah, my mom showed up yesterday without telling me.
Right, but he'll hang out for a while, right? What if you need to smoke while he's just chilling?
No, I won't do it.
Oh, you'll just wait?
I'll wait, yeah. The only time he'd come over is if Grace and him are going to play video games or something. Other than that, like...
Wow.
I don't know.
So
The relationship I have with my dad is really weird.
Yeah, so is mine. Okay, I just got one more on the cheating thing. So, all right. What are you more afraid of? I guess him keeping a physical relationship a secret, or him keeping an emotional relationship a secret? Like
Emotional.
Yeah, I feel like that is the case with.
Well, so the way
women.
Grayson is he is very emotionally distant to anything and everyone, and that just has to do with his childhood.
Sure.
So it's hard for him to express himself. And it's a problem that him and I have, like, pretty much every month. That's the only argument we really have, is him not showing me enough attention or him not reassuring me emotionally.
Oh my God, this sounds familiar.
But we're working through it, and we communicate pretty well on it.
That's great.
But if he were to find someone else more important than I am to him, I'd be very jealous, and I don't know how I'd react. Because I get aggressive like my mom does.
You mean like that girl said you were going to rip off?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I don't want that to happen.
I totally get that now, though. That makes a lot more sense, especially, you know, given your situation currently. I don't mean your situation, but like just him being the one that's a little more emotionally distant. If you found out that, you know, he was telling someone all his secrets. Yeah, I think I'd even be pissed.
Well, like, I don't know. I feel like he's the type of guy that can go and have sex with someone and be like, okay, good job, bye.
Yeah.
Like, that's just Grayson, and I understand that. But if he liked someone else over me, that would piss me off. Sometimes I play with him, or I'm not sure if it's me playing. Like, I'll be like, no, you're mine. Yeah, I don't want you with anyone else. Or I'll, like, I went through, like, a jealous phase because he worked at a hotel and at night. I'd be like, you better not be going out with those prostitutes. But it was not, like, something I really meant. He thinks it's funny anytime I do that. He'll laugh at me, and he'll be like, oh, I'm texting my girlfriends. And he'll do it in a way where, like, it'll bother me, and he loves watching me, like, squirm.
Yeah.
Because he thinks it's hilarious.
It sounds like a funny dude.
Oh, he's hilarious. Like, you guys would get along, but then if you talk too much, he would tell you, hey, you're annoying me.
Yeah, I've heard that a few times. Matt, shut the fuck up for a minute. Yeah, you got it.
He wouldn't say that. Grayson's really funny.
Wow. Oh, did you have a question for me about this whole relationship thing before I...
Well, would you ever open your relationship?
I don't know that I could handle it. I would be down to have conversations about it for sure.
So what are your jealousy points? Like, what are things that make you jealous?
Well, now you know kind of roughly how much attention I need or seek or want. So if that was being withheld and given to somebody else, that would be my only point of contention. That's pretty much it. As long as it wasn't being withheld from me and given to somebody else, I don't know that I would mind. Oh, I would have to also not know about it. Like,
you don't want to know? Like, aren't you like that kind of stuff? So if she went out with someone that was like a girl or a guy, whatever, or a trans, you wouldn't want to know what happened.
If it was a girl, I would like to be... this is so fucking weird. Just because I know who's listening to this.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Most of your family listens.
Yeah. But this is in the interest of transparency. If it was with another girl, I think I'd be fine with knowing, or even invited. I would prefer not with guys, like, and I wouldn't want to know if that was going on. I'd want to know just for the health reasons. I would want to know, but not like it's not an interest of mine, if that makes sense.
What do you mean health reasons?
Like, I would just want to make sure that they're being like safe. That
should be a rule. Like, you make rules when you open your marriage.
Of course. Like, it would be a long talk.
Yeah, so it's like my rules with Grayson are open communication. I have to know everything that happens, like physically, sexually. It has to be like if y'all are going on a date, it has to be planned. And if you're taking someone else on a date and you haven't taken me on a date, then don't do it. That's not fair.
Yeah.
Like, you need to make sure you're taking care of our marriage before you go with someone else, you know? So
yeah, like check with me and make sure that like all your chores are done before you get to go out and play with your friends.
Pretty much.
I get it. I like that rule, the date one. That's that actually is a pretty solid rule. I never would have thought of something like that until it was like too late. Oh, but you know, you just reminded me is that I don't think because I'm right at that like age cutoff where like it started to become, you know, like a thing, like, you know, not a thing, but okay. And most people guys like right as I was, yeah, it's about my age group is where it started. I don't think if that was a possibility in my relationship that I would end up getting married. But to the same token, I don't know that I would end up getting married even if it was a monogamous relationship. I don't know how I feel about marriage in general at this point.
Okay, explain.
I feel like the only benefit is for taxes. Like if I wanted to be with somebody for the rest of my life, I think we would just be fine saying that to each other. Like why go tell the people that run the DMV? No, I'm kidding. That was a stand-up joke. I just listen. I guess if my mom were still around, she would probably be pushing for a Catholic like mass for it, and I would definitely do that just to keep her happy, right, or make her happy. But other than that, or if my wife wanted one, I would do it just for the ceremony, I suppose. But I don't want to support the church or any religions any further.
Well, you don't have to get married in a church.
That's true.
Grace and I got married at the courthouse, and we will eventually have a real like wedding or whatever, just for family and celebrations. Maybe like our 5-year anniversary or whatever, so we can celebrate our marriage. But
so, why did you get married then?
I've always wanted to be married.
Oh.
I've always, since I was a kid, I've always wanted a husband that will be with me forever and have a child. Because that made me feel comfortable, and it made me want to have a better life. Not for myself, but for others.
Well, congratulations.
But, like, after I got married, I realized marriage won't make me happy alone, that I had to work on myself and make sure that I was a good enough mom to Artemis when it came down to it, or whatever baby I was going to have.
Right.
I wanted a boy. But now I know I can enjoy my marriage with Grayson, and he will be by my side forever.
Yeah, sounds like it. I will
have Artemis that I could learn from, and she learns from me, and we will grow together. Like, just because I'm a mom now doesn't mean I'm going to stop growing, but I'm going to learn from her.
I think you're growing faster.
And grow just as much as she's growing. And then outside of the marriage, I get to experience my sexuality. I get to learn more about myself physically when I didn't have the opportunity to before. So.
Is that what the point? Okay. I guess maybe I'm still. It's so naive and dumb, but I don't understand the point of an open relationship. Like,
it's naive to think that you could have a person that is yours and satisfy everything.
Right.
And then a lot of the time, especially when you are a certain age, like you in your era, like you're 30, right?
Yeah.
A lot of the women that were in their 30s had to make sure that they were straight, female, get married, have children, because that's what was pushed on them.
Right.
But a lot of that time, none of that resonated with them, because sometimes they were bisexual, or they found women interesting, and they had to suppress all those emotions, and then they came out feeling guilty for even having those thoughts or emotions, right?
Yeah.
So having an open marriage when you're in a marriage, this doesn't have to be if you're not in a marriage, it doesn't apply to you. But within a marriage, you still want to have that partner by your side every day.
Yeah.
And it's not fair to say, like, oh, because I'm married, I have to restrain myself into learning more about my sexuality or my body, right?
Right.
So it gives them permission to learn about themselves physically, emotionally, and sexually with other people, and still have that safe haven at home with the person you chose to live your life with forever. because you're not giving that part of yourself to someone else. That sacred part of, I will always be here to take care of you, cherish you through death or whatever your marriage vows say, like through sickness and death or whatever. You save that for that person. But now I get to learn, oh, I like this. Oh, I don't like this. Oh, I like these kind of women. Oh, I don't like these kind of women. Or I like these kind of men, but they're only a sexual preference, not really a physical preference. I won't spend my whole life with them. I can't see myself with them.
Sure.
But I enjoy them in bed. Like, you get to learn all these different things about yourself safely within a marriage, and you have someone else to go back to and discuss, like, the things that you learned about yourself. You know?
It's a great explanation, actually. I just, I have 4 things that brought up real quick, if you don't mind. One would be, okay, we'll start at the beginning there. I think that's a good point that you just made, that, because the number one, I guess, complaint, as far as the latest, like, statistics I read of why marriages fail is obviously money, but sex is, up there. And I think if you had, like, a new move to show off every once in a while, like, I don't think, the sexual relationships would go stale as quickly in marriages,
Well, and when you say, like, sex is a problem and why people get divorced, sometimes it's because they haven't had enough sex for one person, or,
right.
Like, Grayson was really scared to have sex with me when I was sick, and I understand. He was scared because every single time we did, at the end of it, I was in pain or I was hurting, and it scared the living poop out of him because he thought he was hurting me.
Right.
And that caused a problem in the beginning of our marriage because, it was painful, but I still wanted to with him.
Yeah. This was while you were trying to have Artemis, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that makes complete sense to me. Both sides of the spectrum. Okay, so the other one would be, all right, so let's consider you a normal person, right? And let's consider me an abnormal person, okay?
I'm glad I'm normal.
Yeah. Just in this exercise, okay? All right, so, normal people, right? Because I totally get this concept, as you've just explained it. Now, me being a person that is not as sexually driven, but is very emotional and emotionally driven, and I need a lot of compliments and emotional attention, right? Now, I wonder if they should have a sexually closed, not we as in me and you, but me and my future wife, sexually closed, emotionally open. That way, when she definitely can't give me all of the love I need emotionally.
Oh, that's a thing.
If I could go get compliments from some other people.
Yeah, no, that's another version of open marriage.
Holy fuck, are you kidding?
There's so many different versions.
Okay,
and I feel like a lot of people don't understand this.
I am, all right, you got it.
There are
Sold.
Open sex marriages where it's only sex, one night stand, you go to a swingers party, you have sex with strangers, that's it, okay?
Wow.
Then there are polyamory, which is you have 2 women who are in a relationship with each other, you're in a relationship with both of them,
or one of
them.
A throuple, right?
Yeah, it's like a throuple. But it's either you're in a relationship with both of them or just one of them, right? And y'all all live together. There you go. There's also like swinger couples where they're in a relationship with both and they switch off couples, but the males and males don't interact. Or there's relationships where the males and males interact and it's, I don't want to say gay because it's not gay, but they have sex and the women and women
all
don't
4
have
of them
sex.
are bi.
Yeah, there's so many different combinations. Or there's even a couple that brings in women into the relationship. The man can have sex with them in a
Threesome?
a threesome, and the women can have sex with each other, but the man can't have sex with the other girl alone.
Oh.
Or there's just emotional relationships where you emotionally date other people without having sex, and you get cuddles and hand holding and kissing, but without the sex.
Oh my God,
There's so many different like versions of this, and people don't understand that. It's whatever you feel comfortable within your marriage currently, and what your guidelines are within the marriage that y'all agreed on. Those are possible, and you don't have to call it polyamory or open marriage. You can call it whatever the fuck you want.
You can call it your marriage.
Yeah, you're married. You're married, and every once in a while you bring in friends.
If you
have friends.
Exactly. Adult friends. No, just friends.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so that answered 2 and 3 for me, which is, man, I'm learning a lot today. Good thing I brought my notebook. So the fourth thing was you did mention again something about how, I forget exactly what you said, but it made it seem like marriage you were not dissatisfied with, but like you always wanted to get married. You wanted to get married and you wanted to have a kid, and you're happy you're with Grayson for the rest of your life, but maybe you didn't say it, maybe I just thought I heard it, that you're not 100% happy with the whole like marriage deal, like not deal, but like, I don't know. Maybe it was because you said that girls like in their 30s, like around my age,
well, it doesn't have to be
not forced
30s.
into it, but it was beaten into them, not physically, but just like, this is how life works. You go to school, you go to college, you meet a guy, and then you get married and have kids, and that's just what they do because that's what they were taught. They were sold this lifestyle.
Big deal.
Right?
Yeah.
Right. So at that point, wouldn't you kind of start to dislike the whole institution of marriage? Because that's, I mean, a large reason why this was beaten into everyone's brains.
Yeah. So I wanted to clarify, it doesn't have to be in your 30s. I only said 30s because you're in your 30s.
That's around the cutoff.
Yeah. This happens from, I guess, millennials and anyone that lived in a conservative home.
Yes.
These were taught to them.
Mm-hmm.
You have to get married, you have to have children, and it has to be a man, right?
That's how I was taught. I mean, it was woman, but...
Well, yeah. Like, the first time I realized I wanted to be married was because I assumed marriage would get me out of the situation I was currently in. I always thought that a man was going to come and save me from my parents so I can create a home that was better than I had at the time.
Disney princess.
Yeah, I always, like, that was the number one thing that my grandmother pushed, your blueprints. Your prince is going to come and save you. He's going to have all these attributes. He's going to be perfect. I made a list of how I wanted my man to be, how I wanted him to look, and Grayson looks like him.
I'll bet.
He's like the perfect blueprints for me. But the first time I had an attraction to a girl, she was, and I think I told this story before, was this, well, she's black. I don't know how else to say that.
You definitely did not say that on this show.
Okay. Well,
you told me.
She was black, and that was a huge problem for my mom because she was my friend. I only told her she was my friend. She came over. She was awesome. But after she came over to our house and my mom let her, we started passing notes in class. And mind, I was in high school. So I was a sophomore in high school. We started passing notes in class, and I started having a crush on her.
Did you know those what?
No, I had no idea.
Those feelings were? Okay.
No, I had no idea.
Got it.
My mom found these notes in my backpack, and she beat the shit out of me. She was asking me, "What, are you gay now? Like, you like a girl? She's not allowed here." And she went off on a racist point of view. And not only was she like homophobic, she was racist at the time as well. I don't know if that's changed. But that's how my mom, instilled in my head. So I closed that part off of myself. Like, hey, I can't like girls. That's not okay. I stopped talking to this girl because my mom didn't like her because of her skin color. My mom didn't like her because maybe she was bisexual and I had no idea.
Yeah.
And I liked her. And we lost touch, and then I ran away, whatever.
Right.
The second interaction I had with the girl, I was underage. No one knew I was underage. I was working in the corporate world. No one ever carded me because I was always with older people. We went to a new club that opened up here in Dallas. And I met this girl. She was beautiful, a model. She was perfect. And then I had my first kiss with a girl. And it went further. She came home with me. That was my first interaction when I was like, hey, I might like girls now.
Where were you living?
I was living here in Dallas for a couple months before I moved to New York for a little bit.
Got it.
But I met her at that club, and it was my first interaction with a girl. And I was like, maybe I'm gay. And then that was the last time. Like, I ignored it for like a year, I think. I ignored the whole fact that I even had sex with a girl, that I was interested in a girl. Completely ignored it. Like, didn't even come up in my mind. For some reason, I like felt guilty about it. And then once I finally came around to the idea when I was dating the guy I told you about that I cheated on,
right.
He was the first person to be like, no, that's not wrong. That's okay that you like girls. And he gave me the space to feel comfortable to explore my sexuality with girls only. And I appreciate that from him.
Sounds like a stand-up dude.
Well, yeah, I wish I could tell him sorry for cheating on him, but
yeah.
Hey,
maybe he listens.
No, he probably doesn't.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Although this would fall into his wheelhouse from what I remember.
Oh, like comedically or just
I think
entertainment-wise?
Yeah.
Oh man.